Who says a woman can't do electrical work? All you need is a few tools. I am redoing my living room. Over here in the corner, I needed to have an outlet moved from the corner to over here. And that required moving it on the other side of a stud. Actually, it was 4 studs because there was a grouping of 3 and the gap and 1 more stud. And I needed to move the outlet. So I show you how I did that process. We have just had a new roof installed. Now that we have a new roof, I can work on some of the troubled spots inside where we had water damage. And previously we had a leak up here and over here on this. Originally the door was over here. You can kind of see the frame of where the door was, so we put a window in. And here there was this big bay window, which is kind of weird because 2 windows were under the porch and 1 window was outside the porch. And to me that just looked odd, that it wasn't inside the whole porch. So I just decided to take it out. And I didn't like all the big windows. I didn't like the bay window anyways. So we took it out and my son installed this door and this window. So I'm going to do some work. Here we have a problem. My electrical outlets are over there in the corner, which is a very inconvenient place that I have to climb over furniture to turn off. So I need to relocate the electrical switches to over here beside the door. So that's another electrical job that I need to do. But I'm going to focus on this corner first, and then I will do this corner. We decided to move the door that way to give us more space in our living room. I know it may seem odd to have the door all the way to this edge of the porch, but it's just what I wanted for space in the living room. Here's one of the trouble spots that we had with water. There was obviously a bad board up there, and there was a leak, and that was kind of dripping into this area here, creating a problem inside that was running down the wall. So that has been fixed. Now I got to paint that too. So I had tore out all of this right along this edge to fix this area of the room. And I had to take out the insulation because it was no good, throw out the insulation, throw out some of the sheetrock that was damaged. And I'm just redoing it all. And I thought that while I was redoing it, that I would take opportunity, since I'm tearing out the wall, that I could move some electrical outlet. In this video, I'm going to show you how I remove a slotted or a slot receptacle to the kind that you have the screws. It was in the corner, but I have a corner shelf that's going to fit there, and we could not use an outlet. So I decided to move it from the corner over to here. My husband helped me with some of the lifting of the sheetrock, but other than that, I did this job. But the electrical work I did all myself. My father was a licensed electrician, and he showed me how to hook up a receptacle. It's not difficult, really. Anybody could do it. When I was a child, we moved into a house that my father built, and it wasn't finished. And it seemed like it never got finished. We were living in a room with walls like that, with sheetrock that was unpainted, unfinished. We only had 1 receptacle. 3 girls sharing a bedroom with only 1 receptacle. Imagine that. You know, you gotta have blow dryer, radio, curling iron, record player. Amongst 3 girls, it wasn't working. So I got some receptacles and asked my dad, what tools do I need? And he showed me how to do it. So I've known how to do this since I was a child, a young teenage girl. So I hooked up all of the receptacles, the other 3 on the other 3 walls in our bedroom. And then I got the paint. I finished off that room. I bought the ceiling paint. I didn't do the wallpaper. I had bought it all. And I also bought the perfect curtains to go into my purple bedroom. I got everything together, but one day when I was in school, my stepmother got together with a couple of ladies in the neighborhood, and they wallpapered our whole room. So when I came home from school that day, I had a beautiful lilac purple room and all I had to do was hang the curtains, and the room was finished. The ceiling was painted, and I was like, yay, I finally have a finished room. I think a better place for that outlet would be right here. But over there in the corner, that's just not a good place at all. Having the right drill does the job. That hole's big enough to pass 2 wires through. Now I can do the wiring. But I have to isolate the circuit and turn off the power before I move the wires about. I like this drill bit. The one I had before wasn't quite, this one is long, but it wasn't thick enough. That was only 5/16. This might be good for 1 wire, but I need something a little bigger. So I had to get me a bigger drill bit. This power is going into the wall, into the master bedroom. So it's probably connected with the outlets in that room. Bedroom, there's an outlet here. So I turn on the light and I have an outlet there. So it's either connected here or it's connected there or both. So I turn on the light. Now I'll go turn off the circuit that I think it is. My blow dryer plugged in for a second test. Now I know the power is on right now. Panel, and it looks like it's gonna be this one. Okay, it don't come on. That's good. So power is off there, and that light is off. So yes, that outlet is connected to the wire on the other side of the wall. I want to confirm that this outlet is also connected to that. So I brought my blow dryer in, and it does not turn on. So yes, both outlets are connected to the other side of the wall, as I suspected. Bedroom clock is off. So this outlet down here is also connected to that same circuit, as is this outlet down here. Now that I've isolated the circuit, I can now work with the wires without any harm to myself. Such an old outlet, I don't exactly know how to get into it. Maybe I'll try the back. Oh, it just pressed in here. That's weird. Strange looking. I don't like this kind of outlets, but anyways, we're not going to use that. We're going to use this. This wire coming from the top is long enough. This one is too short, so we have to lengthen it. I need to remove the outer coating and expose the wires so that I can work with them. This is not enough. I'm going to take off more of this outer coating because this is too short. For good connection, I want to strip wires. I left enough of the black so I know that's black, and enough of the white so I know that's white. I'll do the same for this other end. I have joined the two white together, the two coppers together, and the two black together. Now I just need to tap them. Make this a little better. Make it a little bit more of a point. The wire is now extended. I've got my two wires so I can put my outlet. The old outlet was just in the wall with these little tabs that help hold it. And it wasn't in a box. I'm actually going to use a box. But there's no way to attach it. It also has little tabs. You turn the screw and the tab opens up, and that's what holds it in the sheetrock. Well, I can't put the sheetrock up right now. I punched out two holes, one in the bottom and in the top. And I don't know if it matters which one is which. Since I have plenty of this, I'll put this in the top. And I'll put this in the bottom. Okay, I may not put it exactly. Actually, well, I may just have to put it here. So I want to make sure I have enough wire here. I have plenty. Oh, actually more than I need of the yellow. I think I'll cut some of it off. I guess I need to do the insulation and the sheetrock, then cut a hole, and then stick this in the hole. I can't run the wire into it until I have a hole. I have the insulation in. Now, I did not hook up the outlet because I can't put the outlet in until I have the sheetrock up. So what I did, capped off the wires so that I could turn the circuit back on so I could have power in my bedroom, because this circuit is connected to my bedroom, which is behind that wall. I took careful measurements, and now I am marking the drywall to cut out to fit the area. Require two pieces. I'm going to run the boards horizontal. That way I could just use one piece from the corner of the wall to the door. And the other piece will go on top. Now, previously, we had sprayed all of the wood that was affected by some mold and wetness with vinegar to kill the mold. I treated the window frame and the header above with some Kills paint to cover up the mold that had accumulated from the previous roof leak. My second protection is the Kills paint. So now I'm ready to start putting the sheetrock up. Leo, you need to move. After I got the second sheet all cut out, my husband helped me to lift it in place, but we discovered the crown molding on the adjoining wall was in the way and needed to be removed first. Plus, there were a few minor adjustments needed to be made for a good fit. I was smart, knowing that I want to hang this right here. I put this board in here. Well, this corner is sealed up. It has mudding to do, and yes, I'm going to finish that right next. But after this corner is done, I'm going to focus on this corner and fix this patchwork of a job. Plus, I need to move that electrical over to here. So I'm going to be tearing all this out, redoing the wiring, doing little repairs. I got to take off that molding right there, and then I'm going to re-sheetrock this whole area, giving it a much better look. When I attempted to push the junction box in, I couldn't get it to go all the way in. The right side was still sticking out. So after a few moments of struggle, I thought about it and realized it was the wires themselves that were getting in the way. I should have allowed for more space to work the wires around the box. Why is it crooked? Well, I ran into a problem. Because the wires are coming out right here, when I put the box in, the wires are actually getting in the way, preventing me from putting the box in all the way so it's flat. So I'm going to relocate the box just a little bit higher. At first I was just going to move it over, but I realized it might be easier to bring it up higher so the wire can come underneath and go into the bottom, and the longer wire can go around the top. So that should work better. So I'm going to cut a new hole, which means I'll have to patch this. This little box has tabs, so you just screw it and that tab pops up. It's got one on the bottom and one on the top. That's what helps hold it into the wall. Alright, so I want white wire coming from the bottom because it's a shorter wire, and from the top of the box, like that. All right. That worked. And we'll take this little piece that we cut out and we'll just patch it in there. That'll work.
Cool.
I got it flush.
And it's steady. It won't move back in and out.
Oh, I haven't tightened up the bottom screw. I'm gonna finish. I got the top screw tightened, but not the bottom.
Cool. Good job.
Yeah, there's always a way. If there's a will, there's a way. The box is nice and sturdy. Nice and sturdy inside. The wire comes up above and down. And I still got enough room to do the wiring.
That white wire is it's not too long, right? It should be, when you tie the plugs, when you connect them, hopefully that white wire, you should be able to stuff it in there.
Yeah, there's room. There's room to stuff it in there. Yeah, there's room to stuff it in there. But I still think they're all kind of funny ends. I need to. These are long and that's short, so I'm gonna cut it down a little shorter, anyways. Cut the wire a little shorter. Now I just have to strip the ends here. A little bit more space. Now I'm ready to hook up the outlet. On our outlet, we've got silver screws and brass screws. Put the black wire, black to brass. The black is the hot wire, and the white goes to the silver. The white is a neutral wire, and the copper goes, I'm going to combine the two copper and put it on the green. The black to the brass, black to the brass, and the neutral to the silver, and the copper to the green. We have our feeder wire is coming from the power box to feed the outlet, and because we're carrying the circuit to the next room, the next wire is attached to go to complete the circuit. 2 hot wires. Neutral wires, and the last copper wire. Where are you? Okay. Right down there. Okay. I gotta get that to come up. Looks like it's long enough. I just have to get it up there. Tight little space. Okay. I have it. Do I? Almost. Alright, I have the wires connected. Now I gotta bend the wire behind to get this in the box. I use this rod here to adjust my wire. To help bend it. Wrong direction. Done. Well, right now this room is in progress because I'm starting with that corner and then I'm going to move to that corner, and when I'm finished there I'll have all the electrical where I want it. So I've got some more electrical work to do over there. It's a lot bigger, a lot further to move. And then I'm going to work on that wall. I'm going to do some work there and a whole new plan for that wall. So, and I'm going to have to tear out some stuff, so I think I'll probably break this project up in a few separate videos. So this is part 1, the first corner, which includes electrical work and some sheetrocking. I'm not going to do the finishing, completely finishing, until I have all the walls done. And then I will do the mudding and painting and sanding and painting and all that. And then I will get to the decorations for this room. But when I get done with this room, it's going to be a completely different look. I'm going to change the color of the walls. I've not been happy with this color. It's just such a dull color. Whenever we take photographs with family, the room is so dark. So I want to do what I can to brighten up the room and to get things in a proper order. The mirror should be over by the door. Key ring should be on the other side of the door. The light switches need to be by the door. So I'm going to fix all that's wrong with this room and finish this room, which is the last room in the house to be finished. So you can expect a few more DIY home repair videos coming soon. I can't wait to get it all done. I try real hard to get things right, but inevitably I make mistakes. A slot how I remove a slot receptacle.